What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Jenner Show broadcast. So today I have a special guest with Beef. How long have you been training at Battle Arts, man?
It is now 2 years this month, actually, that I started training in Battle Arts.
So how are you doing today?
Not too bad. Kind of annoyed that the lockdown got pushed down to June 2nd a little bit, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So how'd you get your start at Battle Arts, man?
So basically, Sexy Stan, who you had on the last episode, he started before I did, and he was talking about him like, well, I want to do that too. I love wrestling. So then I just went down one day, and I just kind of watched the class, and then I signed up right after. As soon as I started watching, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Okay. So when you first started, like, how was the community? How was like the atmosphere when you first started training?
Everyone there was super welcoming. It took no time for people to start opening up and asking me questions and just asking why I'm interested in doing this.
Yeah.
And I still talk to quite a few people from Battle Arts, even though we're not training right now because everything's closed.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still really good.
So with the current situation, obviously you're not able to wrestle. So how does that affect you right now?
It sucks so bad. I haven't wrestled in over a year now because I missed the last show August or September last year because I was injured.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just itching to get back into just training again so bad.
Okay. So that means Battle Arts is your first ever promotion, right?
Battle Arts, and then I worked for Junction once.
Oh yeah. How was that working for Junction?
It was good. I was in the Rumble, and then I got killed by some freak in a mask. So that was...
Yeah. Okay, so how was your first match in Junction? Was it like a Rumble?
My first match was at Battle Arts. So I started in March. My first match was in May against Christos, who you had on the show a while ago too. It's an interesting story because I guess some people just didn't show up that day to do shows. I guess they had other things to do. And Anthony's like, "Hey, do you want to wrestle tonight?" I'm like, "I've been here like 2 months. I don't know what the hell I'm doing."
Yeah.
No, fine, you'll be fine. And he puts me with Christos, and it was a very average match at best because I didn't know what I was doing. I was very, very new.
Of course.
It gave us like 6 minutes maybe to do it. It wasn't terrible.
Your first match is always going to be the one that you hate the most, right?
It was bad.
So with the Beef persona and character, like, how is that different from you, like in real life?
It's really not that different. I mean, I can be pretty quiet in real life unless I like really warm up to you. Beef, I'm just go all out. I don't care what anyone says. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. Beef is just there to get the crowd hyped up. That's all I want to do.
So what's the backstory of your character? How'd you get the name?
Oh, it's so bad. So when I started that day, I didn't have a name. I didn't even have like any shirts, any pants, nothing to wear. And then over time, because I'm Sexy Stan's brother, I told Anthony that. He goes, "Well, we got to give you a triple initial name like him." And he came up with Triple B. It was Beefy Billy Bamerson.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was awful. Half of the class was trying to convince me to do it. Half of the I was like, "No, you can't. You got to change your name. You got to talk to Anthony and let him change it." So over time, it just shortened to Beef, and I just stuck with that because it's better than the Triple B thing.
Yeah. So when you had your first match, like when you first came out, you were pretty much a fan favorite from first, like when you first started.
Big time, yeah. I don't know why the crowd, they chant Beef when I'm anywhere near the ring. They see me and all of them start pumping their arms, start chanting Beef. It's really cool.
So when you first got those cheers, how did you feel?
It was just one of the I get goosebumps every time I think about it. Every time I start pumping my hand and I see kids like chanting Beef, it's the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah. So I know that you sold merch. How much merch have you sold recently?
Probably like 8 or 9 shirts. So it's
not bad.
Not bad though, considering that everyone wanted like a couple more people want some. So I'm gonna start doing more. But
yeah. That's not
bad at all.
I know I have one, but like I just don't know what it is.
They cost like $3 or $4 to make, so I make pretty good money off of it.
So obviously I've had Luke Lawless on the show in the past. Yeah. So how was your rivalry with him when you first started like having a rivalry?
The first time we were in a match together was in a triple threat match with Big Kahuna. Where that was kind of thrown together the day of. And that was fine. And then Luke won that match. And then we had a singles match the next show.
Mm-hmm.
Who won that? I think I might have won it. Who knows? But then the next, like after that, Anthony said he needed more tag teams, and then me and Luke were like, we could be a tag team. We have a bunch of ideas, and it works pretty well.
Yeah, because you're over, and then like they know you guys are fighting, so it's kind of like a perfect storyline. It's like bitter enemies become friends, kind of.
Yeah, we saw the respect in one another, and we're like, yeah, okay, let's do it together. Yeah.
Okay, so you've been training for 2 years. What have you learned in those 2 years that you haven't learned before?
Discipline is a big thing. You got to keep your mindset just focused all the time. Don't let anything bug you. Don't let anything really get to you. You just got to stay focused. Keep to your training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a little bit of funny stories you have about training or before anything.
The only thing that comes to mind is me getting my name. That was just the worst thing. Then the Beyond Meat story is pretty cool because the day up, I had nothing to wear, so I went to Walmart. I got a pack of shirts for $5 and a Sharpie, and then I cut the sleeves off and wrote beef on the front. And then a good friend of mine, Matthew Bradley, he was the announcer at the time. He came over to me, he goes, "Beef, turn around." I'm like, "Why? What are you gonna do?" He goes, "Just don't worry about it. Just trust me." So he writes Beyond Meat on my back. I'm like, what the hell did he write? Is he trying to screw me over? What's he trying to do? And then he's like, no, it's good. Just go out there, you'll be fine. And then that just kind of stuck.
Okay, yeah, that works. So what does it feel like when you wrestled your first match?
I was so scared because I was afraid I was gonna hurt someone or hurt myself because I was so new. It was only like a couple months of training.
Mm-hmm.
But once I like got out there and started getting good, I felt more fine.
Yeah.
Like every time I get ready to go out, I get like this wave of nerves. Like, oh my god, there's people that are gonna screw up so bad, but I do pretty well. So
yeah. So how do you you have improved in the last 2 years since you started?
I don't know. I've learned to like slow myself down. Like pacing a big thing to make sure I'm not going too fast. And selling is always like my favorite thing to do, just to make sure like make people believe I'm, oh my god, he's actually hurt. I love doing that. So I've tried to get better at that with my facial expressions, with the noises I make, just to connect with the crowd a bit better.
Yeah.
Also, like trying to connect with the crowd, like even chanting beef with the crowd and getting to like the stomp and the clapping going is a lot of fun. Do that a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So what would you say was your favorite match that you've wrestled in?
The tag match with Luke Lawless for sure. That was my favorite. With Luke, and then we fought a guy named Luch with his team. They were Asian-ish. That was that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah. We want to do a rematch with them for sure.
Oh yeah. So what are your future goals and aspirations?
Short-term goals is just to get back into it. Wrestle more tag teams, just wrestle more matches because I'm still pretty new. Other than that, no, it's just kind of I want to get back into the groove basically.
Yeah. And hopefully, like in the future, if you do get good enough, because you are a very good up and comer, obviously, like to the future, get money for it, go on the indies, the usual.
Yeah, the usual. Try to make get my name out there.
Build your brand and all that stuff.
Sell more shirts.
One day there's gonna be 1,000 beef shirts out there.
I know. I'm gonna set a pro wrestling tee store up.
So, what would you say is the difference between a singles and a tag match?
They're kind of the same. They're kind of different. Singles it can be easier, can be more difficult because it's just you and one other guy, so you're just only worried about yourself. With the tag, you have to be kind of worried with your tag team partner and if they're gonna screw up. But with Luke Lawless, he seems to know what he's doing. He's good also. So I have faith in him to not screw up, hurt anybody, hurt me, or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I love tag team wrestling so much, so I was very excited that I was able to start a tag team with Luke Lawless.
All right. So, do you have any hobbies outside of wrestling that you do?
Right now, I'm playing a lot of video games. I'm on like 8 video games so far during this lockdown. So, video games, and then I go for walks a lot. I work out, but other than that, not really.
Okay. So, what advice would you have for anyone like trying to come into the wrestling business?
It's gonna kill you. Get ready to be tired every single day. You gotta listen. sure you pay attention to what everyone's telling you.
Yeah.
And also trust people, because there's people out there who actually do want to help you, and they're not going to just trying to screw you over. So yeah, just listen. That's the best.
Okay. So, what would you say? When did you get started into the wrestling? Like, when did you start watching wrestling?
So I first started when I was really young, like 4 or 5 when I first started watching. It caught my attention because Sexy Stan was watching it, and I'd watch it with him.
Oh
And
yeah.
then after a couple years, I just stopped watching completely, and I got back into it like 2012, 2013, because I got into the Daniel Bryan stuff at that time.
Okay.
And then I've been watching it ever since.
Okay. So, what would you say is your favorite promotion?
Well, I grew up with WWE, so that's the only thing I watched until I was like 16, and then I started branching off. I'd watch like a whole Impact matches here and there. Like I was watching like Styles and Kurt Angle and all that stuff in Abyss. And then once I got, like 2017, 2016 is when I started watching New Japan, and I'd start going back and watching like Ring of Honor matches. But I'm still a WWE fan, even though it's not the greatest product, but it's just what I grew up watching.
Yeah. So, another question I have for you is, who has inspired you the most to start wrestling, or like during your training?
Well, the wrestlers who I look up to the most are some of the bigger guys. Like right now, I've been a big fan of Keith Lee for a long time, since I first watched him in like PWG and stuff like that. And then Michael Elgin, I was a big fan of.
Okay.
And guys in WWE's like guys like Eddie, Chris Benoit, Brock Lesnar, all those the guys like the Ruthless Aggression, like 2005 era, 2004. That was like all the guys I look up to a lot, and I watched most of their stuff. And then at Battle Arts was Sexy Stan again, because he's a good guy to like listen from and learn stuff from, because he knows what he's doing and he's really good.
Yeah.
And then just listening to Anthony, I look up to him a lot because he's helped me a lot.
Definitely. So you'd say like Anthony is probably one of the biggest like reasons why you're as good as you are now.
Yeah.
Because of his.
I've listened to him. I've listened to Matthew Bradley. He's been a big help with stuff.
Yeah. So that's what you'd like say inspired you the most, or like helped you the most throughout your journey.
For sure. Yeah.
So speaking of Sexy Stan, actually, he actually called you out in the last podcast. I don't know if you saw it.
He would do something like that. I'm gonna kick his ass.
So do you want to cut a promo or something, or do something?
No, I'm not ready to cut a promo yet. I gotta think of some stuff, but soon, if you have me on again, I'll probably have something ready.
So hey, you've heard it here first. Sexy Stan versus Beef. Book it right now.
Yeah, we want to do some stuff together. It'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
brother.
Got a small hint of stuff at the Rumble in January in 2019. We did a couple stuff together. We were kicking some people's asses, but that's all people got to see so far.
That's a disappointment, because I really want to see that. So, what would you say is your favorite thing about Battle Arts? Like the thing in general?
Probably the group of people, because everyone who's there to train for wrestling is really into it, and they all love it so much. So you can tell that they're all in it because they just love it, and that's all they want to do. So just the passion at Battle Arts is insane.
Yeah.
It's just such a they have such a good heart there.
So have you been on a Battle Arts Pro show or no?
No, I wasn't able to get on a pro show. I was just doing Rising Stars. If the lockdown didn't happen, I'm sure I'd be getting on it a lot faster, but it is what it is.
That's the goal for you, so.
Yeah, Battle Arts Pro is the next step for sure.
All right, man. So I have one more question for you. Right. So if you were on, if you could get any championship you want, which championship would you go after?
I like the North American Championship on NXT right now. I'm a big fan of that, and I like all the guys that go after it. Like, I'm a big fan of Johnny Gargano and Ciampa and Balor and all those guys. So that'd be a lot of fun to do. And then Impact would be a cool championship to get. And then maybe working for Destiny one day, because I know George and Anthony are really close together. So maybe to work for Destiny would be cool.
Yep.
And maybe some tag team gold would be good too.
Oh, you got to get that Battle Arts Tag Team Championship.
Absolutely, yeah. Battle Arts Tag Team Championships are going to be mine and Luke Lawless one day for sure.
Oh, 100%. You guys should already be the #1 contenders.
Yeah, I know. You should talk to Anthony. You let him know
I don't think I had that power.
that.
All right, but yeah, that's pretty much all the questions I got for you, man.
All right, awesome.
All right, so do you have anything you want to plug, or anything you want to say thank you to, or whatever?
Yeah, Anthony, definitely want to say thank you to, and Sexy Stan for helping me out, and then Luke Lawless, I'm looking forward to working with you again, big time.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for having me on. I was looking forward to a lot, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, do you want to just plug your Instagrams or anything?
Yeah, everything is on Instagram and Twitter. It's at Beef Wrestles. It's pretty easy to remember. Yeah, follow me if you want to. It's all good.
They better follow you.
Yeah.
What's the name of your finisher?
My finisher is the tenderizer. Yeah.
All right. So if y'all don't follow Beef, he's gonna tenderize your ass.
Sure.
All right, man. So it's been great having you.
Yeah,
and yeah, so I'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.